All right, Newsham. We have trodden through the Truny fields. Actually, there's one more. I don't know what. Nagar always follows these like publications that mention the KiwiFarms. We got mentioned another one. This is an honor thesis by a student in what is EKU EDU? Not real. Eastern Kentucky University. And then Encompass, the digital archive of the research, creative works, and history of Eastern Kentucky University. She has written a thesis. Mary Smith has written a thesis called Anonymity and Social Pressure, a Sociological Analysis of Lolcows and KiwiFarms, one word. And he has a copy of this. We can read the thesis, I guess. Let's see. Oh, this is just about Christian. A young boy born to elderly parents who loved music and stamp collecting. At a young age, he began showing signs of autism spectrum disorder. By 2010, his online projects had attracted a steady growing audience. However, as his visibility increased, so did targeted online hostility. KiwiFarms is a semi-niche forum-based website that has been active since 2013 and has over 139,000 members. Oh my god. What's the conclusion here? Oh, they like analyze. This is wrong, by the way. And also, I reordered my thing, so you have to like fuck around with that. Average views and replies by gender of lolcow. Average views. Look at the ratio of average views to average replies. Wait, why are the female cows the most popular on this whole site? That's crazy. I didn't know that. Female to male transgender. Who the fuck is who is the female to male transgender that has a 15,000? I can't even name one. Like Eng Von? So no disability is like the overwhelming majority. Then there's mental disability, physical disability, and both is at 1%. So even in this article, it proves that we're just making fun of people that are assholes most of the time. And some of them have some other comorbidity to being an asshole. Okay, that's just the prefixes for my threads. I know what that is. Anime type expressed most frequently in original thread post. Moral at 12% and disciplinary? What the fuck does that mean? For disciplinary anomic expression, the speech pattern shows that KiwiFarms users typically target individuals for political beliefs, actions, and deviant behaviors. Yeah. The following statements highlight examples of the pattern. Blank is a prime example of a mental delusional schizophrenic soy boy beta male fueled with hateful soy energy. He is a sadistic soy parasite with decades of disturbing histories as a liberal, far less passive-aggressive criminal, stuffing his fat face with transgender burgers while representing the LGBTQ plus Nazi flag. Where the fuck is this from? What the fuck is this? Prime example of a mental delusional schizophrenic soy boy beta male. Dave Rivera? Decades of disturbing histories as a far-left, passive-aggressive criminal who identifies as the LGBTQ version of Char Ansbola from the Gundam series. I mean, this guy seems like a retard. This thread only has 73 posts, or 73 pages. We know blank. Okay, this is a part of the rules. We know blank is fat and gross. Please don't spam up the thread. Blank has declared himself transgender and later a lesbian after a failed one-sided relationship. His posts were filled with indications he was not being accepted for the magnificent specimen of trans Latinx that he is. That's about ADF. I don't need to look that one up. I know who that is. She is body positive, but photoshops her body and wears shapewear corsets constantly. She does monthly boudoir half-naked shoots to hide how shitty her costumes are. Cosplay. He has an oddly shaped bald head. He always wears large square glasses and has a very round, protruding stomach. So the most commonly targeted attributes are weight, physical appearance, gender identity. Okay. I think that's in general. He would talk about how he would go into the streets to kill stray cats just to feel something. He would threaten their. I mean, is the argument here that this is bad to make fun of people that do this? Oh, I know who this is. Blank is a non-practicing lawyer from state whose specialities are drinking, degeneracy, and drunkenly, druggedly driving his children to their innumerable homeschool extracurricular activities on 1 to 2 hours of sleep and stimulants. I wonder who that is. That's a mystery. I'm glad that one was censored. Parentheses, grifter. Conclusion. Let's read the conclusion. Overall, the phenomenon of KiwiFarms and the emergence of the lol cow demonstrate how online social pressures transgress traditional views of cyberbullying or online harassment. The site's anonymity gives it caustic and threatening appearance. However, media claims that the website explicitly targets specific demographics appear to be untrue. Contrary to the typical targets of traditional bullying being minority groups, lolcows are a relatively new phenomenon, and research should consider what behaviors specifically make individuals vulnerable to this investigative, obsessive vitriol and how we can prevent targeted harassment in the future. I mean, not killing stray cats might help, Mary. Mary, don't you think that if that guy was not killing stray cats for fun, other people might not make comments rude to him on the internet, Mary? Perhaps the targeted harassment you are complaining about is merely the natural byproduct of the fact that he openly admits that he kills stray cats for fun, Mary. Don't you think that maybe that you're looking at this from the wrong way around? That he should stop killing stray cats, and then we can stop making fun of him? Uh-huh. The significant findings of the study demonstrate that overall, the primary user of KiwiFarms is a male residing in the United States between the ages of 18 to 24, and the typical target based on the thread and demographic popularity is a neurotypical overweight female. I'll have you know that we have a very sizable female audience, okay? Upon observing the original post of each thread, it was found that most contributors focus more on the correcting deviant behavior through social pressure rather than the individual's physical appearance or mental disability. Moreover, based on thread popularity, the main demographic for expressional anomaly is overweight females. Listen, Mary, your analysis here is flawed. Okay, I'll give you an example. I love Bossman Jack. Okay, Bossman Jack is one of the best people. I'm helping Mary out here. Okay, we go up here and we type in Bossman. Actually, I don't need to do that. It's featured on the front page. Bossman Jack's thread is relatively new. Since 2023, relatively new in the site's history. Bossman Jack thread is 2,450 pages long. This does not necessarily mean that Bossman Jack is one of the most popular locales on the site. He's really not. He has a very dedicated following that enjoys high post frequency, high clipping velocity, high discussional velocity. But Bossman himself is a very polarizing figure that isn't everybody's cup of tea. And I just have to accept that and not slot in 45-minute long Bossman segments in my streams, because people will tune out if I plan 45 minutes of Bossman content at the end of the stream. So these are the realities. So you have a lot of posts from fewer users about a high output lolcow, whereas you might have a very, very popular lolcow like Christian Weston Chandler, who doesn't have a 3,000 page long thread because he doesn't produce as much content as he used to, even though everybody knows who he is. And when he does anything, it's immediately discussion worthy on Twitter and stuff. So that's a flaw in your methodology. Mary, that is your real name by B.